When Summer Screams Awaken. Chapter 1. The Whispering Walls. The sun was setting over the familiar horizon as I stepped onto the weathered porch of my childhood home, its wooden boards groaning under my weight. The place seemed to have aged since I last left. The once vibrant paint now faded and peeling, revealing worn wood beneath. It's been years since I'd set foot here, not since a summer that was forever etched in my mind like acid on parchment. My heart raced with a mix of excitement and trepidation as the creaking door welcomed me back home for another season. The air seemed to vibrate with an unsettling energy, like whispers carried by the wind, beckoning me inside. I pushed open the door, steeling myself for what lay within. The interior was shrouded in a thick layer of silence, broken only by the creaks and groans of the house settling back into its old bones. Shadows danced along walls adorned with faded photographs, smiling faces from days long past staring down upon me, as if to remember my return. I'd heard rumors about the town's eerie happenings, ghostly apparitions, disembodied voices, and inexplicable events since I left for college. My mind brushed these stories off as small-town myths, superstition. Yet, a shiver crept up my spine when an unmistakable scent enveloped me. The comforting blend of fresh cut grass and stale air thick with secrets. Childhood memories burst forth. Laughter in this living room. Late-night storytelling under starred, streaked skies on that very porch, and whispered promises in shadowy corridors. As I ventured deeper, I couldn't shake the notion that something was different. The way light struggled to penetrate through the grimy windows reminded me of an otherworldly veil shrouding the rooms. Shadows twisted and writhed like living things within corners, making my imagination run wild with tales from nightmares long buried. In the kitchen, a forgotten photograph on the counter caught my eye. A faded picture of myself as a child, eyes closed in repose, arms wrapped tightly around a tattered teddy bear. A chill seized my heart. The one I lost, my mother's parting gift before we left for good. How had it ended up here? My fingers traced over the glass frame as if searching for answers. As night descended, an unsettling quiet enveloped the home like an uninvited guest. It was then I began to hear them. Soft murmurs, not quite words but more than wind. The walls seemed to whisper secrets of a past I couldn't recall fully. Memories shrouded in a haze that clung to my mind like smoke after a fire. Each nightfall, an unseen presence grew bolder, its ethereal movements tracing my path with an unnerving ease. I'd close my eyes, and it would move from room to room, mirroring the patterns of my own restless, sleepwalking habits from youth. A silhouette loomed in every corner, watching, waiting. In this perpetual twilight between day and night, I felt those long-buried memories stirring, beckoning me closer. The first whispers spoke of a little girl's laughter that didn't belong to anyone here, the child who had once resided before me. Lily. Her smile was painted in my dreams these past few weeks. Haunting apparition. And now her giggles echoed behind every locked door. Shadows danced with an otherworldly grace, swirling into ethereal marionettes, as if orchestrated by an unseen puppeteer. A chill ran down my spine. It wasn't the house that had changed, but perhaps me. In the dead of night, I awoke to find Lily's porcelain doll perched atop my dresser, her glassy eyes fixed on mine with an inhuman intensity. That was when I realized I'd never truly left. Chapter 2. The Mirror's Reflection. The scream pierced through the night like a shard of shattered glass, cutting through the stillness with a ferocity that left me breathless. A chill chased my spine as I sprang from bed, heart hammering against my chest. I rushed to the window. Nothing but darkness outside and an unbroken expanse of forest that seemed to stretch into an abyss beyond the moon's feeble glow. The scream lingered in my mind like a lingering nightmare, refusing to fade. Then came the mirror. Its silvered frame was tarnished and smudged, mirroring me with unsettling precision. But it wasn't just my reflection staring back. Shadowy tendrils crept from the edges, twisting and writhing as if alive. I stared, transfixed, and that's when he appeared. A faceless apparition watching from behind my own glass gaze. A figure cloaked in darkness, its presence an eerie counterpoint to the room's dim light. In the mirror's reflection, we locked eyes with a silent intensity before vanishing into the inky depths. My pulse raced as I approached cautiously. The encounter still lingered when morning sunlight breached the windows, illuminating each speck of dust and decades-old cobwebs clinging to the furniture. The scream had been no dream. I knew it. Memories surged forward, Lily's laughter echoing through empty rooms, footsteps in the hallways that should be silent, and a presence lurking beyond every corner. Shadows crept along walls now with an unsettling rhythm, as if pulled by unseen strings. The doll perched on my dresser still held me captive, glassy eyes reflecting the moonlight. I turned to flee but froze at a faint melody. A lullaby from childhood days, its tune unmistakable yet distorted. My fingers found the piano in the dusty parlor, and in that moment of madness, they began to play. Each note felt like an offering to something ancient and nameless lurking just beyond comprehension's edge. The shadows danced with each plucked key, mirroring my own rhythmic movements as if I was playing for two audiences, one human, the other unseen and sinister. Lily's presence lingered in every touch of my fingers on those keys, her laughter accompanying me. The haunting melody swelled, weaving a tapestry of sound that pulled at long, forgotten memories with each note, pulling me back to an age when life was simpler yet darker. A child's song. In its depths, the whispers grew louder. Lily's giggles merrily entwined with hushed words. Find your way back. The melody reached a crescendo. I closed my eyes, and it all seemed so familiar. Chapter 3. The Forgotten Lullaby. In the attic, beneath layers of storage crates and forgotten trunks, I unearthed an old book. Stains on its leather cover revealed a story etched in crimson. Songs to soothe and guide lost souls home. The lullaby weaved within my fingers, transforming into a cadence that drew me closer to secrets buried deep within my mind's labyrinth. As the final notes faded away, memories long trapped began unspooling like forgotten reels of film. Lily, my friend from those days, her laughter, and an elusive figure I'd long forgotten. Marcus, a boy with eyes that seemed to hold more than just childhood joy in his gaze. The book's pages held an eerie allure. Each note felt less like music and more like a key unlocking the attic door into a realm of truth. As moonlight painted the room, I pulled out the piano, fingers barely grazing the keys as if summoned by unseen forces. In this forgotten sanctuary, Lily's voice blended with my own. Come home, Alex. Her raspy whisper echoed through each chord, drawing me deeper into the heart of an enigma both comforting and terrifying. Marcus appeared beside me, his eyes still holding that depthless allure I once found captivating. Together we walked down a hallway lined with photographs from bygone days, faces smiling in black dot and white, lives long that lived elsewhere. The melody had been a riddle to the door. My past now stood bare before me. Laughter and tears intertwined within the confines of a forgotten childhood. Lily's presence, ever present as a whispered secret, began to fade, swallowed by some unknown purpose. Her room, Marcus's photographs, the last remnants of a life I left behind in this place and time. As dawn broke, I played for the last time, and then she was gone, vanished into shadows that had become more than just silhouettes. I rose with a resolve forged from dreams, to uncover what brought them back, and perhaps find peace between worlds. But the melody never left. It lingered in my mind as an unearthly song, guiding me toward an unknown truth hidden within this house's bones. I ventured down into the night, armed with an unspoken bond formed during those forgotten days. Whispers led me deeper, to an entrance long concealed behind a bookshelf, a door that should have remained sealed. Beyond it lay answers, and perhaps my true self, waiting for rediscovery beneath moonlight. With each step, shadows lengthened into living silhouettes of children playing, chasing the night away. In a forgotten room, a portrait hung, a boy with eyes aglow in the light of my childhood. Marcus's face, forever young and full of secrets. I reached out. His skin was no longer skin, but moonlight. Lily's laughter whispered in my ear as we left this house and its mysteries behind, hand in hand, heart pounding in syncopated rhythm. The journey ended with a door that shouldn't have opened, or perhaps had never closed, until now. My reflection stood facing me. A child I'd forgotten in the shadows of adulthood's dim Lily sat beside him, an enigma who smiled, offering her small hand. She took mine, and together we stepped out into the moonlight, leaving behind two souls forever lost within those walls. An unseen force guided us through woods as far as eyes could see before disappearing beneath the forest canopy. At the edge of the clearing stood a stone door. Marcus turned, revealing his face in full, no longer young but ancient with secrets, an echo of a life lived too long. As I stood there, my own reflection took on the countenance of Lily, an unfinished soul, her laughter echoing, beckoning me toward the entrance to our collective pasts. Together we descended into the earth's womb, where whispers coalesced into a single phrase, "Find your way back." The boy who had once danced with shadows became Marcus, his voice my own in age, but not essence, and I recognized them both as echoes of long-forgotten lives. A path to the heart of this mystery unfolded before me. I took that first step, embracing my forgotten past and what lay beyond. Each breath brought an eerie glow from my fingertips, a light that illuminated hidden truths and the silhouette of the house as we left it all behind.